She didn't fall for you overnight. She arrived there quietly while you were still guessing. Listen carefully. When a woman's feelings begin to grow, she rarely announces it with fireworks. She reveals it through language that sounds ordinary, harmless, even casual. But beneath those words is a shift in psychology that most men never learn to recognize. I'm not here to flatter you. I'm here to sharpen you. When she says, I feel safe with you, she isn't talking about comfort alone. Safety is attraction's hidden foundation. It means her nervous system relaxes around you. Her guard lowers. Her mind stops scanning for exits. For a woman, safety is not weakness. It is permission. Permission to invest emotionally, to imagine futures, to let desire deepen without fear. Men often mistake excitement for attraction. Women build attraction where safety exists. When she says, I told you something I've never told anyone, that is not oversharing. That is bonding. Vulnerability is a currency, and she doesn't spend it recklessly. She is testing whether you can hold her truth without judging, fixing, or using it against her later. If she gives you pieces of her inner world, she's not passing time. She's building connection. When she says, I like how you think, understand this clearly. She is attracted to your mind. Physical attraction may open the door, but mental attraction makes her stay. This means she respects your perspective. She feels stimulated, challenged, and understood. To a woman, mental chemistry is foreplay that never ends. When she says, you make me laugh, don't reduce that to humor. Laughter is emotional regulation. It means you change her emotional state. You lighten her stress. You pull her out of her head and into the present moment. That ability creates emotional dependency whether you intend it or not. When she says, I miss you, especially without being prompted, she is revealing attachment. Missing someone is not about absence, it's about mental presence. You occupy space in her thoughts when you are not there. That space is valuable, and she doesn't give it to men who are replaceable. When she says, what do you think about this? She is inviting you into her decision-making world. This is subtle but powerful. She is considering your opinion as relevant to her life. Attraction grows when a woman begins to factor a man into her internal compass. And when she says, I'm not used to this. Pause. That sentence usually follows consistency, respect, or emotional stability. She's telling you that your behavior feels different from her past. Different is dangerous territory for a woman emotionally, which means she wouldn't say this unless her feelings were already shifting. These phrases are not random. They are signals. Signals that her emotional investment is increasing, often before she fully realizes it herself. Most men miss them because they're waiting for dramatic declarations. But women don't fall loudly. They fall gradually through language, trust, and emotional alignment. If you learn to listen, you stop chasing signs of interest and start recognizing them. When her feelings deepen, her words don't just reveal attraction, they reveal priority. This is where most men get confused because what she says sounds simple, but what it means is profound. When she tells you, I was thinking about you today. Understand this. Attraction lives in the subconscious. She didn't schedule that thought. You appeared there on your own. That means your presence has moved from external to internal. You're no longer just someone she interacts with. You've become someone her mind returns to without effort. That's emotional gravity. When she says, I like being around you, she's not complimenting convenience. She's expressing emotional comfort, combined with desire. Women are around many men. They choose very few. This statement means your energy feels right to her. It doesn't drain her. It doesn't confuse her. It aligns with her emotional rhythm. Pay close attention. If she says, I feel like I can be myself with you, this is one of the strongest indicators her feelings are growing. Women live in a world where they constantly adjust. Tone, behavior, reactions. When she stops performing around you, It means trust has replaced caution. Desire grows fastest where authenticity is safe. If she says, "I've never felt this way before," do not panic and do not inflate your ego. This sentence doesn't mean you're perfect. It means you've triggered a different emotional pattern than her past experiences. That difference creates emotional intensity. Intensity bonds faster than familiarity ever could. When she casually says, "We should do this together sometime," notice the word "we." She's mentally pairing herself with you in future scenarios. This is not planning logistics. It's envisioning connection. Women don't imagine futures with men they don't feel something for. Even small future references signal growing attachment. If she asks, "Are you talking to anyone else?" she's not interrogating. She's assessing emotional territory. This question appears when exclusivity begins forming internally. Even if she hasn't consciously decided it yet, it means she cares enough to feel potential loss. And when she says, "Promise me something," pause and listen. Promises create emotional contracts. Women don't seek them from men they view as temporary. A promise means she wants reassurance, continuity, and emotional safety. All signs her feelings are investing deeper. Here's the part most men misunderstand. When her feelings grow, she doesn't become louder. She becomes closer. Her language softens. Her questions become more personal. Her tone carries warmth instead of curiosity. Attraction isn't always intensity. Often, it's intimacy. But there's a responsibility here. When a woman begins speaking this way, she's opening emotional doors. How you respond matters more than what you say. If you dismiss it, rush it, or take it for granted, her feelings will retreat just as quietly as they arrived. Men who understand female psychology don't chase validation. They recognize emotional signals and respond with grounded presence. They don't rush to claim her feelings. They let them grow naturally because growth requires safety, not pressure. If she's saying these things to you, she's not confused. She's becoming connected. The confusion usually belongs to the man who hasn't learned to listen beneath the words. And once you hear what she's really saying, you stop guessing where you stand because her language already told you. As her feelings grow, something even more revealing happens. Her behavior starts leaking through her words. This is where attraction turns into emotional investment, and where men either rise or quietly lose her without understanding why. When she says, "I wanted to tell you first," that's not coincidence. That's hierarchy. You've moved up in importance. You're no longer just someone she talks to. You're someone she includes. Inclusion is intimacy in disguise. It means your reaction matters to her emotionally. If she tells you, you'd understand that sentence carries weight. It means she sees you as emotionally intelligent and aligned with her inner world. Women don't expect understanding from men they feel disconnected from. This is her acknowledging emotional compatibility, one of the strongest predictors of long-term attraction. When she says, "I trust you," don't underestimate it. Trust is not built through time alone. It's built through consistency, restraint, and emotional maturity. If she verbalizes trust, it means her subconscious has already evaluated you as safe, reliable, and non-threatening qualities that allow romantic feelings to deepen. Pay attention if she says you're different, especially without being able to explain why. Difference creates emotional imprinting. Familiar men blur together. Different men stand out. When she can't articulate it, it's because the shift is emotional, not logical. If she admits, "I get a little jealous," she's revealing attachment vulnerability. Jealousy appears when emotional exclusivity begins forming internally. She's not trying to control you. She's noticing that losing access to you would matter. That awareness only shows up when feelings are involved. When she says, "I care about you," this is not casual concern. Care is emotional responsibility. It means your well-being affects her emotional state. At this point, attraction has moved beyond curiosity and into connection. This is where men often sabotage things by becoming careless or overconfident. Listen closely. If she asks, "What are you afraid of?" that question is intimacy knocking. She's not gathering information. She's inviting depth. Women don't seek emotional depth from men they see as temporary. Depth is where bonds are formed. And when she says, "I don't want to mess this up," understand the gravity. That sentence means she feels risk. Risk only exists where value does. She wouldn't worry about losing something she didn't care about. This is emotional honesty, even if she doesn't fully realize it. Here's the truth most men never hear. When a woman's feelings are growing, she becomes more emotionally present, not more dramatic. She listens more carefully. She remembers small details. She adjusts her behavior around you. Her words reflect concern, inclusion, and emotional safety. This is also where masculine presence becomes critical. Not control, not dominance, presence, staying calm, staying consistent, not reacting emotionally to her vulnerability. When you remain grounded while she opens up, you signal strength without words. Many men fail here because they rush to define, label, or secure what hasn't finished growing. Female attraction is organic. It expands when it feels free, not cornered. If she's speaking this way, your job is not to interrogate her feelings. It's to deserve them. Men who understand this don't ask, "Does she like me?" They listen. Because when a woman's feelings are growing, she tells you, not loudly, but honestly. And if you're paying attention, you'll realize something powerful. She's already leaning in. The question now is whether you stay steady or scare her away without ever knowing why. When her feelings reach a deeper level, her words begin to reveal something even more delicate: emotional risk. This is the stage where she's no longer just attracted, she's invested. And investment changes how a woman speaks. When she says, "I get nervous around you sometimes," that's not insecurity, that's significance. You matter enough to affect her emotional state. Indifference doesn't create nerves, emotional stakes do. This means she wants your approval, even if she won't admit it directly. If she tells you, "I've been hurt before," she isn't asking for sympathy. She's offering context. She's explaining why she may hesitate, pull back, or move slowly. Women don't reveal past pain unless they're hoping for a different outcome this time. This is trust mixed with hope. Listen carefully when she says, "Please don't change." That sentence is loaded. It means the version of you she's experiencing feels safe, grounding, and rare. She's afraid that consistency, the thing creating attraction, might disappear once she grows closer. When she asks, "Do you feel the same way?" she's stepping into vulnerability. This is emotional exposure, and women don't risk rejection unless their feelings are already strong. That question is a quiet request for reassurance, not a demand for commitment. If she says, "I don't open up like this," believe her. Emotional openness costs energy and risk. She's telling you that you're seeing parts of her that others don't, that access is reserved for men who matter. Pay attention if she says, "I care what you think of me." Attraction has now become emotional valuation. Your opinion holds weight. This is where respect and desire intersect, and where careless behavior can cause real damage. When she admits, "I'm scared of getting attached," don't pull away. Understand fear only exists where desire does. She wouldn't be afraid of attachment if she didn't already feel herself leaning toward it. This sentence is honesty, not hesitation. And when she says, "I want this to be real," she's drawing a line between fantasy and substance. She's signaling that her feelings are no longer surface level. She wants consistency, truth, and emotional integrity. Here's the critical truth. At this stage, women are watching behavior more than words. Your consistency becomes the loudest reassurance. How you handle conflict, distance, and uncertainty matters more than romantic gestures ever will. Men often fail here by becoming emotionally unavailable. Thinking distance creates attraction. Distance may create curiosity early on, but at this level, it creates insecurity. What she needs now is emotional steadiness, not disappearance. This doesn't mean overgiving or losing your frame. It means showing up as the same grounded man she started falling for. Predictability in character, not in routine. Strength without coldness. When a woman reaches this stage, she is quietly asking one question through every sentence. Can I trust you with my heart? Your answer is not spoken. It's demonstrated. And understand this. If she's saying these things, her feelings are already deep. The only thing that can stop them now is inconsistency, dishonesty, or emotional immaturity. Stay present. Stay steady. Because at this stage, you're not attracting her anymore. You're keeping her. When her feelings are fully growing, her words stop circling attraction and start revealing attachment. This is the point where she's emotionally choosing you, even if she hasn't said it outright. And this is where the truth becomes impossible to hide. When she says, "I don't want to lose you," that is no longer casual emotion. That is fear of absence. Fear only appears when something has value. You are no longer optional in her emotional world. You are significant. If she tells you, "You matter to me," understand this is emotional grounding. She is anchoring you in her life. This statement is not about romance alone. It's about emotional importance. Your presence affects her sense of stability. When she says, "I feel closer to you than anyone else," she's revealing emotional exclusivity. This is deeper than attraction. This is bonding. You've become her primary emotional reference point, the person she compares others to, and most will fall short. Listen carefully. If she says, "I can see you in my life." This isn't fantasy. This is integration. She's not imagining moments. She's imagining continuity. A woman does not mentally place a man into her life unless her feelings are already strong. If she asks, "Where is this going?" she's not rushing you. She's clarifying emotional direction. Her feelings have grown enough that uncertainty now feels risky. This question means she's already invested. She just needs alignment. When she says, "I feel connected to you," that is emotional intimacy at its core. Connection means she feels seen, heard, and emotionally met. This is the deepest form of attraction female psychology offers because it combines safety, desire, and trust. Pay attention if she says, "I don't want to talk to anyone else." This is not control. This is focus. Her emotional energy has narrowed, and you are where it's landing. Women naturally simplify when their feelings commit. And when she finally says, "I care about us," notice the shift. It's no longer about you or her alone. It's about the bond. That's the final psychological step, moving from individual emotion to shared emotional identity. Here's the truth most men are never taught. At this stage, attraction is no longer fragile. Respect is. You don't keep her with excitement. You keep her with integrity, with consistency, with emotional leadership. This is where masculine strength shows itself, not in words, but in restraint, in honesty, in staying grounded even when emotions deepen, in not disappearing when responsibility appears. Many men lose women here because they believe the work is done. It isn't. The chase ends, but the standard begins. She chose you because you felt safe, solid, and real. Become inconsistent now, and her feelings won't explode. They'll quietly shut down. If she's saying these things, her feelings are already real. The only question left is whether you're capable of holding what you've been given. So, here's my question for you, and answer it honestly in the comments. If a woman is emotionally choosing you, are you emotionally prepared to choose her back? If this video made something click inside you, like the video, subscribe for deeper truths most men are never told, and share this with a friend who needs to hear it before it's too late.